Hey guys, Moneyman300 back for some more videos here, and this time we have a Class A Aston Zagato V12 tune here, and this is only my second tune up, and the main reason for that, I'm going to drive while I talk here. Let me resume this. This is on Alps, and this car is meant to be a momentum-based car, so it's going to be good on the Alps tracks, on Prague, probably on Rio as well, but I'll try to drive and talk at the same time. The reason I haven't been making a whole lot of videos, I kind of been waiting for turn 10 to fix the there's a big terrible turn there. I kind of lost the back end a little bit and then I overcorrected. Yeah, well, that's right, we got to run a couple laps anyway. But there is a bad bug affecting the lower classes with the drivetrain swap and 100% differential, basically making it unplayable down there. They've banned a couple of cars like the Fiat and the 65 Mini and I think one other, but there's a whole host of cars that this affects. Once you get up to about B class, it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to get up here into A class and start making some tunes and things up here, and this is the first one of those. This is a really cool car. Ooh, really cool car here. You're going to get a touch of understeer in this, but it's very responsive to, it'll hook right up if you just let out the throttle just a touch. So there's going to be some spots where you just got to just kind of baby it through there. That's just the nature of this car a little bit. Very competitive car. Does, you'll see it on the leaderboards and things like that. And we'll see if we can't, set our own little leaderboard time here. I really didn't want to go down to there. Don't hit that top part there. It could be a little skittish. You want to be smooth with it. See there, trying to drift out of that turn. Probably going to take even one more lap here. But yeah, so I've been playing a ton, just kind of hanging out, waiting to see what's going to happen with that. Let's be smoother in this turn this time. Keep our eyes out in front of us a little. And then gradually back on the throttle. And see if we can run a decent lap here. Not to get outside too far on that. Ooh, look out. Wasn't real great up in there. Don't drift it. That was really slow through there. Felt like the back end kind of wanted to break loose there. Gonna baby it through here, wait for the right time to get back on it. Might have been just a touch late, but it'll still carry out pretty wide. Whew, almost hit the wall wide. Left just a touch there so I stay under. A little better through that section that time. See what this time is. I don't think it's going to be a great time. I like to stay under 131 if we can. That's not bad. All right, we'll see where that gets us. Kind of gives you an idea of the car. Should do really well on these tracks here. So let's finish that one up here. Finish race. Oh, I don't want to quit. I want to finish. Did I? Oh, quit race. Are you sure you want in the challenge? You've beaten your rival's time. Yes. I want to collect everything and see what we had. So let's get through all that. Oh yeah, we get a spin. What do we want here? I like that. I'd take that Indy car. And we get a superior pack. I don't really use those, so I don't play that much single player, so those don't do a whole lot for me. So let's see what our leaderboard time is. Let's sort it here. It looks like 43rd, so pretty good. 55,000 players. So we're out here in. You can see in here it's a leaderboard car. I'm not gonna lie, but 43rd is pretty respectable there. It's top 50. Eventually people are gonna come in and beat that. But pretty good overall. So let's go take a look. Let's get out of here and let's go take a look at the build and the tune. Here, let's see what we got. And I'll share that out there. I haven't shared it yet, but you know, if you guys, easy way that you can get all the parts on it at least is just to grab mine, and you can drive it that way, obviously. But if you want to grab it and then slap this tune on there yourself and be able to make adjustments, grab the tune, download it. That'll put all the parts on there, or purchase all the parts for you, and then you can just go through and cruise through there and slap the parts on. So let's back out here. Let's get over to, keep going over. Whoa, too far. Upgrade shop. All right, let's start here. Let's go over here into our conversion, and there is nothing in here. This is all stock. No engine swap, no drivetrain swap, and no aspiration conversion. There isn't going to be a lot of engine stuff you can do with this. This car starts at 722, and what makes it very good at 722, is it 722 or 622? I think it's 622. But what makes this car really good is, what do I feel like that's 722 and then it goes down? I don't know. I'll take a look at that though. But the what makes this car really good is the fact that you can that you want to get all the weight out of it, and that helps, especially in Alps with the hills. We're gonna have both the front bumper and the rear wing on this, you know, as you'll see most cars that I have do. Then we're going to have, I believe, stock tire compound. Yep, can't do anything really with the tires. We do have the full front width. And that was just what you could get out of the PI for this. You can see, you know, kind of starts to bump it up a little bit. We go with the rear. So we do just have the front width. That kind of helps. Like I said, this car understeers a little bit. So having that, at least the width on the front, kind of helps with a little bit of the grip in the front, and helps with some of the push that this car wants to do naturally. The wheels, we're going to have the second wheels in, and that is the GN Plus there. And then stock wheel sizes, we did not change those at all, so you can leave both of the wheel sizes at stock. Next thing over, we'll go into our drivetrain. You're gonna have stock clutch, a stock transmission, and the race differential. And then we're gonna have most of the race stuff here. We're gonna have race brakes, race springs and dampers, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars. We do not have the cage on there. Again, we're looking for weight here. That actually adds, you know, a fair amount of weight on there, so we're not doing that. And then we have the full weight reduction on here. So yeah, it does start at 622. I think 722 down to 700 would be an issue, but it starts at 622. I went up at 700. A lot of that's in the weight. And then I believe we just have one engine part on here, and that's our intake body manifold. I like that because it also reduces the weight along with gives you horsepower. So if you can see here, it's not a lot, but 2967 and 2992, so hey, like 25 pounds off of there. So decent amount of weight reduction, and you get that horsepower along with it. I believe it was an increase of 8 horsepower. So that is the build. Let's hop in and take a look at the tune. Front and rear tires both at 28.5, 2.0 and 1.5 on the camber. This is something that I think you're going to see a little bit. Camber's a little bit more all over the board in this game. Sometimes you can run with the higher cambers at 3.5 and negative 3 point, or more negative camber. I shouldn't say higher. More negative camber at the 3.5 in the 3.0 range, and that was pretty typical in Forza 5. But I've noticed in 6 that cars can get really squirrely when you run that much, and for me, this one was just a little bit squirrely, and you can really hear it in the scrubbing of the tires coming in and out of turns, and when you're braking. And it becomes almost over responsive on your turning and hanging onto turns coming out. So you had a lot of kind of almost get you into an oversteer situation both in and out of the turns. So bumping that down helps. There are some cars that it works fine on, but others keep it a little lower, and that's the case on this car here. A little bit stiffer in the roll bars at 2361 and 2451. Got the springs at 687.9 and 601.1. That's just to help control the back end a little bit on that. The ride height, 4.9 and 4.5. Rebound, we have 10.3, 10.3, 2.9, and 2.9. Sometimes I'll run a little bit softer in the front and both the rebound and the bump to help with the turn in, but that was not necessary on this car, and I did not like. I originally had about 9.5 in there and 2.0 on the front rebound and bumpness, but I did not like the way that it felt. It felt like it turned in too much, causing a little bit of oversteer in the mid-turn. So when I brought that back out, it helped to stabilize that out quite a bit. So 10.3, 10.3, 2.9, 2.9 is where I ended up with this one. The aero, went full aero on this. That's one of the things that makes this a good car is there's quite a bit of aero at 238 and 420 that you can put on that. It's pretty typical as you get up into the higher classes. You want to go ahead and use all the downforce that you can get to help control the car and keep it planted. 48% and 150, that is my starting point, and the brakes felt fine to me. I didn't notice any issues coming into a corner, and I was able to trail brake a little bit without breaking everything loose. And then the differential, 25 and 8, that was kind of my starting point, and I didn't really have to adjust it from there. So anyways, this is a really good car, a good car for Class A for both multiplayer and in the rivals, as you saw. Should be good on all the Alps tracks, should do well on Prague, should do well on Rio, as well as any other tracks that you'll see that car kind of dot the leaderboard a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to end it with that one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.